Good morning, my are back. Here's the plan. Backfill, if they can get the digerator working again. Tamping, as long as the temperator continues to work, as it has been early this morning. The south wall seems to be getting a lot of attention early on, and we'll see what else comes along. What could possibly go wrong? So yeah, I've moved a little bit, try and get a bit more light. I'm very late this morning, trying to get a couple of videos out early on today, and they have been quite active in the couple of hours that I've been away. The digerator, when I left last night at about 6, was back in intensive care. They did get it working by about 8, and apparently Manny then worked way into the night, and there's a lot of progress which we'll show you in a minute. Today they are building on that progress that he made yesterday, and they are tamping down now the soil that's been moved into the carport. They will be trying, if the digerator recovers, to then start landfill in the house. They've shifted quite a lot of people over to the south wall to get that going a little faster. They have been putting up a few more of the steel tubes inside the house, which they're just using as a way of helping them to check on the perpendicularity of the beams. And I'm not sure what else is going to be happening. Let's find out. Well, this looks a bit different. This was where Manny worked through the night. I can't quite figure out how long he was working on this, but it was a lot. So not only is the backfill generally in place, but they have tamped it down 3 times so far with the temperator, which we'll look at in a moment. Now they're clearly leveling it out. There'll be a little bit more backfill to put in. Then they'll basically douse a load of water on top of it, saturate it, and tamp it again. And then they're kind of getting closer to being able to put the rebar grid in place, and not too long after that, possibly, pour the slab. The other thing that Manny did with the digerator was basically flatten out a path, I suppose, all the way along here. Just make it more accessible, make it easier for the guys, and moving towards a little bit more like what the final grade will be. And we've still got a few guys working down here on the north side, where they're putting in, getting ready to put in more of the beams and preparing the columns a little bit more for the next pours. Here he is, Mad Manny. He's not Bruce anymore, he's Mad Manny, who just wants to work 23 hours a day and work last night till goodness knows what time. He's had no sleep, and look at him, still looks like a movie star, still handsome. But this is what he broke. Manny broke it. He was too rough on our poor little digerator. So the hope is that in another 2 or 3 hours we might get the hydraulic parts that we're waiting for, and it might be off and running again. And here we are on the south wall, and we've got 6 guys in this area, and there's 2 quite a bit further down, so they've switched the focus back to here. This is the road, so they haven't filled in quite the last section yet, because we're still trying to work out how far back do we want the property wall from the road. So that's kind of a little bit on hold at the moment while we make that decision. But we are above the neighbour's wall, or at least level with it, along to here. And this is the other part of the south wall crew. 4 guys here. We keep going higher, and we keep getting more backfill done, and we keep going further along. It's about 2:30 and we're in the carport, and they have started crashing into the tree, apparently. Okay. That tree's got to go anyway, don't worry about it. No, they have started throwing water onto the surface. Pre the last tamping down by the tamperamental. I did see them actually tamping down more earlier on, so they've actually gone over this 4 times so far. This will be the 5th, at least. Maybe I missed 1 or 2 up before that as well. So getting ready to do that one, and we'll have a look and see what else is going on. In the house, the digerator was working again. Manny, briefly, was zooming up and down this 2-sided ramp that he's created. I'm pretty sure every time he got to the top he was going whee. But they've done a little bit of fill here. Now he's stopped. I'm thinking maybe he stopped because I'm now starting to understand why he wants to work nights. Apparently inside the digerator it gets really hot, so he would much prefer to work when it's cooler. So he's having a break from that at the moment, or he's broken it again, I don't know. We'll find out. Man, he's in a tree, but he's still using the digerator. But apparently, if I've understood correctly, the hydraulics have gone again. You can kind of use it for an hour and then have to stop and call the repair guys in, the digger doctors. Well, we'll see later on. Here we are on the south wall. And again, we're going higher. Seems to be quite a lot of new concrete hollow block here. Team of 4 plus Koya Beth, who's overseeing events. So this mango tree is suffering a long, slow death. Roughly once a week, they come along and saw another branch or 2 off. This is a little side project. These are the same guys that put the pump in, or they dug through to the clean water for the well entrance where the pump room is. And they're doing another one for us, because the existing one we have for this area is about 15 years old, and we think the pipes have gone all rusty and gunky, and the water that comes out is pretty horrible. If I understand correctly, and there's every chance that I don't, they basically just keep pumping and digging, drilling and pumping until they hit clean water, and then they're through, and then they attach the pump. So by the end of today, I would imagine, I don't know how long, it took hours last time, I imagine they'll hit clean water sometime this afternoon. We've just come around the corner, and nephew Ivan has found a baby snake, and he's basically disposing of it. Well, they're trying to dispose of it, and they got it. So here we've got the digger doctor at work, one of the digger doctors, aided by Oliver, trying to once again repair the digerator. It doesn't seem to be massively reliable. Works for 3 hours and then stops again. Maybe this time will be the one that makes it work permanently. Here in the carport, this will not get tamped down today by the tamping machine, or the ballast tamper, I think it's also known as, which, let's face it, they're pretty crappy names. So it's the temperamental as far as I'm concerned. But this will wait now till Monday. The water will help to compact the soil. In fact, Erwin in the background there, you probably can't make him out, but he's chucking a bit more soil on into that corner where the water has accumulated a bit, suggesting it's not 100% flat yet, so they've got a little bit of work to do. but this has been mostly covered in water. And obviously in this climate it will dry very fast unless we get heavy rains over the weekend. North wall with about 20-25 minutes to go till knocking off time. It's Saturday, so they finish early and get paid. Tie beam all the way down. They're just filling in the last part, filling in the concrete. So this will sit and cure over the weekend. Forms will come off Monday, and they'll be ready to start potentially adding more concrete hollow blocks to take us up. South wall. Concrete hollow blocks obviously been going in all day. Little bit of backfill being done now. A little bit more string tied in to make sure we're level. Almost done for the day. So we are approaching my app, Red Horse. Not quite, very close. Digerator lives. The question is, for how long? Manny's off, that's it. Forget about Red Horse, forget about food. He's off shifting dirt. Manny has 16.5 minutes before the bell will go. Well, he rings the bell, so who knows? I reckon he's going to go right up as long as he possibly can with a working digerator, because we just don't know when it's going to fail again, and he does enjoy himself in there. And this is the other south wall team, -1, who's just gone to collect more something, sand, maybe. Higher and higher and higher we go. Where will it stop? Nobody, well, we know, 2.5 meters. So we're back with Juanito and O'Donnell, just finishing off the wall at the back here, but also putting down a floor. Because obviously, as a pump room, this doesn't need to be quite as elegant as anything else, but they're getting on with it. And over here, Marlon plus crew are very close to completing the great big pile of wood that they've now covered with soil, surrounded by banana plant trunks, and apparently they'll burn it tomorrow, Sunday. So they're coming to the end of this process. I don't know how long it takes to burn down, whether it does it all in a day. So I just checked with Marlon. It'll be 9 days to burn before it's done. So again, maybe we'll try and capture a little bit of that. I'm not sure whether it's going to make for decent video, but then again, does any of this? So at the end of the day, carport floor ready for its final tamping from the tamponator on Monday. Wall on the north side, the beam has been poured down to the neighbour's property. And we'll just look back towards the house where Manny, when he can have the digerator working, has started moving backfill. Further over, in the pump room, the walls I think are up to height, for the interior at least. The external facing walls, I'm not sure if they go any higher. We'll find out a little bit more about that on Monday. Away from the house, oh no, before that, the south side wall, over at that direction if the sun doesn't get into it too much. A lot of progress over there, both at this point, heading west and down towards the road. And away from the house, I think we now have a functioning well or pump, and the charcoal ready to go tomorrow. So that's it, week's over, day of rest. Manny may not want it. Actually, I think he does, because I do think he worked very, very late last night, so he's going to need the rest. And we'll be back on Monday. See you then.